This wasn't just a tribute. It felt like something fans had been waiting decades to see. For years, Ace Frehley's name lived inside the Kiss story, always present but never fully acknowledged. The narrative was controlled, managed, polished. But when this moment finally arrived at the Kennedy Center, the room didn't erupt into rock and roll chaos. It went quiet. And that silence said everything. This wasn't confusion, it was recognition. Ace Frehley wasn't just Kiss's lead guitarist, he was the anomaly, the one thing you couldn't manufacture. While the band was building a brand, Ace was building a feeling. Before the makeup became mythology, before the merchandise, before Kiss became an empire, there was just Ace, raw, melodic, dangerous, and unmistakably human. This wasn't just a tribute, it was a reminder of why it took so long to say his name out loud. To understand that silence, you have to go back to 1973. You have to listen to the records. From the debut album through the early 80s, Ace defined what Kiss felt like. Gene brought the demon, Paul brought the frontman swagger, but Ace brought the street. Those solos weren't technical flexes. They weren't about speed or perfection. They were hooks. You could hum them, you could feel them. Think about Shock Me. Think about the opening of Cold Gin. There's a loose New York swagger there, sloppy in the best way. You can't teach that. You either have it or you don't. That's why fans connected. The Spaceman wasn't just a costume, it was an identity. The outsider, the rebel, the guy who looked like he might fall off the stage but never missed the notes that mattered. Ace didn't polish the edges, and in a band that was becoming obsessed with perfection, that grit was the soul. That's also where the tension began. In rock bands, creative differences usually mean personal conflict, but with Kiss, it went deeper. It was a clash of philosophies. By the late 70s, Kiss wasn't just a band, it was a machine. Control mattered more than chemistry. Gene and Paul were building an empire. Ace just wanted to play rock and roll. Then came 1978. The albums. The idea was unity. 4 records, 1 band. But the results told a different story. Ace's album didn't just perform well, it dominated. New York Groove became the only true hit of the 4, and suddenly the narrative cracked. The guitarist labeled unreliable proved he was the fan favorite. From that moment on, everything shifted. Personality clashes became bad decisions. Raw instincts became problems. As the band chased trends and polish, Ace wanted to keep the music dangerous. Over time, his role was quietly reframed. In interviews, in documentaries, and official histories. Not essential, just replaceable. Fans never bought it. You can rewrite interviews, you can authorize biographies, you can put another guitarist in the Spaceman makeup and call it Kiss, but you can't erase sound. Take Ace out of early Kiss records and listen again. The swagger disappears, the danger fades. It becomes generic. When someone else wore his makeup, it didn't feel like evolution. It felt corporate. And fans noticed. That question never went away. Where's Ace? Why isn't Ace here? This wasn't nostalgia, it was recognition. Which brings us back to the Kennedy Center. The blue lights, the empty space, the restraint. No spectacle, no explosions, just acknowledgement. Late, quiet, heavy. When Ace was honored, the reaction wasn't applause, it was stillness. Then respect. Fans felt it instantly. This should have happened years ago. This felt bigger than any reunion. Ace never needed validation, but we did. What made the moment powerful wasn't what was said, it was what wasn't. No speeches, no rewriting history, just a room finally catching up to what fans knew decades ago. And in that silence, something became clear. This wasn't about settling old scores. It wasn't about who was right in 1982. It was about locking a legacy before time does it for us. Because whether the band ever plays again or not, whether the debates ever stop, fans already decided what endures. Ace Frehley didn't just play lead guitar in Kiss, he shaped the soul of the sound. He made people want to pick up a guitar. And sometimes, the most powerful acknowledgement comes late, but lands exactly when it's needed. If this moment hit you, don't just watch and move on. Hit like to keep rock history alive. Subscribe so these stories don't get buried. And tell me in the comments, What is the one Ace Frehley solo that defines Kiss for you? Because legends don't get rewritten, they get remembered.